Hello, people, how are you? Welcome to this lesson. Today, we're going to talk about simple clauses. So, before we continue with the lesson, I'm going to explain something. This video is educational, so I will be speaking in English and Spanish so that the information is clear enough. But in the future, I may upload videos just speaking in Spanish or just speaking in English, okay? Well, let's continue. Now, yes, clauses versus sentences. Do you know what they are? Okay, I will give you some minutes to think and then we can check. Well, here we have two definitions from the dictionary, okay? I took them from Collins Dictionary, just for you to have like clear evidence that all the definitions are crystal clear. So, according to this dictionary, a clause is a group of words that contains a verb, all right? But sentences are also a group of words, but they are usually written down, okay, and they begin with a capital letter and they may end with a period, exclamation mark, or a question mark. So on the dictionary, there was also clarification about sentences having a subject and a verb. Okay, so clauses and sentences are quite similar, and we can say that sentences are made up of clauses. When I teach this, I like using the metaphor of the Russian dolls. I don't know if you know what they are. En español se las conoce como las mamushkas. Estuvo difícil de pronunciar. Bien, entonces voy a hablar un poquito en español. Cuando hablamos de sentences y hablamos de clauses, me gusta usar la metáfora de las mamushkas. ¿Por qué? Porque las clauses siempre están adentro de las sentences. ¿Sí? Entonces es muy parecido a la imagen de las muñecas, porque tenés las muñecas chiquitas que se van encastrando adentro de las más grandes. Entonces la mamushka más grande equivaldría a una oración, a una sentence. Y las clauses, que son groups of words, van a estar adentro de las otras mamushkas que conforman la oración, la sentence. Entonces, ¿qué quiere decir esto? Que si tenemos una mamushka grande, adentro pueden haber varias clauses. No es el caso de la simple clause. ¿Por qué? Porque la oración simple equivale a, bueno, no se ven mis manos ahí, una oración simple equivale a una clause, ¿ok? Y eso es lo que vamos a ver ahora. Okay, we're going to continue. But yes, going back, this is key. Sentences are made up of clauses, but clauses are not made up of sentences. Okay, so before we continue, let's go back. So we said a clause is a group of words that contain a verb, and the sentences are more than that. They are a group of words, they contain a verb, they contain a subject, they need to start with a capital letter, and they need to end with a punctuation, a type of punctuation. For example, period, exclamation mark, or question mark. Okay? I hope that is really clear. So now, yes, let's move on. So, when we talk about clauses, we have different type of clauses. In fact, in English, we have four types: the simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. Today, we're going to cover just the simple part. So, here we have the slide. Today, we will just focus on simple clauses. So, a simple clause a simple sentence has just one clause. That's what I said before in Spanish. Una oración simple, tiene una sola clause, que en español llamamos cláusula, pero no es muy común usarla en nuestro día a día en español. Bien, so they usually contain one or more subjects and one verb. When we have more than one subjects, they have a particular name. We're going to learn that in the future, okay? The simple sentence and the simple clause, we can say they are the same, all right? And they contain the most basic elements to make it a sentence: a subject, a verb, and a complete thought or a complete idea. Okay? What does it mean? That the sentence has to make sense. Okay? So, something else that we can add to this simple clause is that they are at the same time independent clauses, okay, because they do not depend on any other clause. They can stand on their own, okay. Entonces es independiente porque se vale por sí misma, no necesita de otras clauses para poder mantenerse y tener sentido, como va a ser el caso de otras clauses que vamos a ver más adelante, ¿sí? So, what is an independent clause? I already explained that. It can stand by itself, it's a complete idea, a complete thought, and it has a subject and a verb. All right, so here we have quite a lot of information. First of all, the definition of clauses, the definition of sentences, and also we know that a sentence can have a clause, all right? And if it's a simple sentence, it's an independent clause. Okay, I hope you have everything written down on your notes because this is really important information. Here we have some examples. She writes emotional poems. We have a subject, we have a verb, and then, well, we have the object. What does she write? Emotional poems. So, this is a complete idea, it makes sense, and it's a simple clause and a simple sentence, all right? My friend writes travel blogs, and the class studies text cohesion. Well, here we have three examples with a subject, a verb, and an object also. Remember that will depend on the type of verb that you use. If it's a transitive verb, you will need an object, and if it's intransitive, it doesn't require an object. Okay? We can have that on another video. All right, so that's it. This is the end of the lesson. It's really short, and that was the idea for you to have a short video to learn about clauses with clear explanation, examples, and also you will have the practice, obviously. So, the homework, I will leave you. I don't care if you're not my student. Now you are because you watched the video. For homework, you will have to write one or more sentences in the comments so you start practicing the structure of simple clauses. Okay, before we go, let's recap a little bit. So, today we checked what a clause is, what a sentence is, why they are quite similar, the elements that you can find in a simple sentence, and how a simple sentence and a simple clause can be independent clauses. Okay, so I hope this information helps you a lot, and I will see you on my next video. Okay, bye bye.